When I first arrived at the University of Texas, I had a little bit of trouble adjusting to the amount of studying I was going to have to do to get good grades. In high school, it was always something where you could just study on the last night and you'll be fine. You'll do well enough on the test, which is, I can say now, obviously not the case when you're in college. So as the first round of tests was coming up, I decided it'd be good to get a little bit of a head start. So I went to the library and I would study there, and I would study until about 9 or 10, and at that point I would kind of get kind of hungry and then tired, and uh, so I said to myself, look, I'll just go home, maybe rest a little bit, then I'll keep studying after I've gotten something to eat. And so I did this for a couple of nights, and another night, and I started to realize a little bit of a trend, which was uh, I would go home, and that was it. I wouldn't study anymore. I would just go home and then get on Netflix or Facebook or any of the time-wasting things that we've invented. And so after realizing this, and with the first round of tests coming up, I knew that there had to be some sort of change. So one night I was at the PCL, and it got to be around that time, and I started to say to myself, look, I can just go home, and I'll study later, and I'll study when I get home. But the wiser side of me knew that if I went home, I wasn't going to get anything done. So I kind of dug my nails in and decided I was going to fight it out and study a little bit more and just keep going and keep going and keep going. I wouldn't go home because if I went home, that was it. So sure enough, I studied and studied pretty late. It must have been about 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. And finally, I went home. And I realized that as I was walking home that I had gotten so much more done just staying there and kind of just not giving up. So I kind of realized that sometimes you have to pick out the problem and learn how you can fix it before you can really get something done effectively. So by doing so, I was able to better prepare myself for exams that were coming up, and so knowing that I had to stick around to get any real kind of work done, I was able to do pretty well on my first exam, and first round of exams. And so it's my senior year now, and I'm still around, so it's working out for me.